Welcome, everybody. This is the Waiting Room Podcast. I'm your host, Kyle Waite, and today I'm back from my Father's Day family vacation from Alabama. It was supposed to be a little bit of Florida in there. Unfortunately, we had a little storm, but we got some good quality family time. So we are back on what I want to be our new original days. So we're going to hit Tuesday and Fridays from now on until the foreseeable future. Today I want to hit some NBA, where any of you that keep track of anything I'm saying just knows I'm wrong. I'm wrong, and I seem to be jinxing some of these teams into wins. We got some of that. We've got some NFL news, some good, some bad. And lastly, we're going to run into some stuff that just it's on my mind. It's stuff I want to share with you all, and so that's what we're gonna hit. But again, first we're gonna lead off with our NBA news. If you guys are paying attention, we've got literally the two opposite teams that I told you were going to be in the Eastern Conference Finals. The Bucks and the Hawks, they have yet to play their first game yet. Look, I honestly, I know injuries come to play here. I'm starting to feel a little responsible for what's happening to what should have been the favorite to win the title after the Lakers were knocked out. But you know what? It seems to be some negative magic I'm working there. But the Hawks did what you're supposed to do. You keep fighting, even if you are getting just housed. That's the way I looked at it. I kept watching the games, just waiting for collapses, but again, I picked Philly. I wasn't hoping for a Philly collapse, but it's the NBA now. With the frequency of the three-pointer shot now, it's just I couldn't bring myself to turn games off and stop paying attention. And of course, Ben Simmons. I'll tell everybody. I've been telling anybody who will listen. I still am under the assumption that man shoots with his wrong hand. It's the only thing that makes sense. Michael Vick used to throw with his left hand because he was also ambidextrous. His best season as a pro NFL quarterback was when he decided to throw with his right hand in Philadelphia. I'm just seeing some similarities where, yes, they're both talented with their left hands. They both can do something with their left hands, but in the NBA where we are watching more and more three-pointer shot, again, it makes for a little bit more exciting basketball, just from a standpoint that, hey, a team can come back at any time. That's why we're having such record-breaking teams have never come back from these type losses or these kind of deficits. It's purely because of the three-pointer, but Ben Simmons shot 10 total. It's not going to do it. It's not going to do it. He's their second offensive option, and for a little while you thought, oh, they've got it figured out. Embiid's going to do most of the damage. Seth Curry was putting in 20 plus points a game, and then Ben Simmons do some stuff. Atlanta just kind of resorted to, hey, you know what? Like, he seems scared to shoot. He seems scared to touch the ball on offense, and that's literally what it came down to. 14 of 43, I believe, was the count going into the last game. So I believe it would have made him 15 of 45. I made 33% of his shots. So that's not your free throws. God, you're 6'10". I know Shaq used to be atrocious too, but that's 33% is worse than Shaq ever did. They got to figure it out. But again, to a point, I feel a little responsible. I had been picking Philly ever since the second half of game one, just because they were physically bullying the Hawks. So I'm going to do it again, guys. I'm going to do it again. I sincerely believe the Bucks are a better team. I believe with the better top player, better top three. If you're making a list of the top 10 players, I believe that, I believe the Bucks probably have at least 6 of them. But if you're making a list of the top 5 players, I think the Bucks have 3 or 4. Look, Trae Young's great. He's not Giannis, but after Trae Young, the talent drop off is fairly large. They're a good team. They're a good team. That's why they're where they're at in the Eastern Conference Finals. It's just hard to buy into them. But again, if it goes how it's been going, hey, the Hawks will be in the finals. Atlanta fans will be real happy. For me, again, I'm going with the Bucks. Let's hope it works out this time. With the other side of the NBA, the Western Conference Finals, the Clippers and Phoenix Suns are there. Again, I didn't expect the Clippers to get there once Kawhi went down. Kawhi had just started to be aggressive, do what you'd expect playmakers to do. He goes down. I was like, oh, this might be the Clippers' deathbed. Still watched the game, still paid attention. The Clippers got there. Unfortunately, they lost their first game. They play game 2 tonight. Again, Phoenix fans are probably loving the fact that I'm wrong. I can't bring myself to root for them. I can't bring myself to say, hey, you know what? They're going to get it done. I believe they're good. They're another case of a good team. And if anything, we are watching most likely an NBA Finals that's not featuring a superstar-laden team. You're not having one team with 3 of the top 15 guys in it. So, we should all be excited about that as basketball fans. But, again, I have the Clippers. They might be without Marcus Morris again. They're definitely without Kawhi again for game 2. Look, at a certain point, I believe the overall talent should shine out. It's nothing against the Suns. I just can't bring myself to hold on to them, which for you Suns fans, you should be happy. Again, I've been reverse jinxing this entire NBA playoffs. I think the Clippers have made it the furthest out of any team I picked early. I don't know. I'm starting to wonder if I have some sort of crazy, terrible, awful magic. But come on, man. I can't do it. Can't do it. So for you Suns fans, maybe be happy that Kyle's reverse jinx, is probably going to sit you in the NBA Finals on top of having a good team. Other NBA news, we have Kemba Walker. Again, anybody that loves college basketball, he's a UConn great. At one point, he was a very exciting player to watch in Charlotte, goes to Boston, and it is, has been the last few free agent signings for Boston. Has just not been what they need. So they bring back Al Horford, who essentially has just been kind of in limbo ever since he left for his big contract in Philadelphia. And no sweat on that. I believe that you should leave when you're going to get paid a whole lot of money. It's the name of the game. The name of the game in this business is to make your money, play the game, try to win games. But end of the day, this is a business. Somebody offers you a truckload more than your team does or can, go take the money. With that being said, I think Al Horford's better than anything they throw out there, which is, it's kind of sad. It tells you the state of the Celtics. But between Kemba Walker not being able to get the point guard job done, he's basically playing at a backup level at this point, league average. Whereas you have Al Horford, again, he might be a league average big, but if you've watched Boston the last few years, that's what they've needed. Boston's needed a league average big man who at least knows what he's doing. Al Horford slowed down. I'm not even saying that it's going to be great to watch at times. I believe at times he's probably going to get played off the court. For a full season, though, Horford's a great move for Boston. On the flip side, you know what? He's an asset for OKC. OKC's kind of making their bones on having guys to trade, having things to trade, hopefully to land a big name at some point, because Oklahoma City, it's got a decent nightlife, but nobody's trying to go to and live in Oklahoma City. I'm sure it's a lovely place. I've been there. I wanted to get out. That's just me, though. But you know what? Pair him up with Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. He should be a good, good backup at worst. At best, they find, somebody to trade him for. Won't be a big deal. Finally, for NBA news, NBA draft lotteries tonight. Little weird they're placing it in the middle of one of their games. You know what? To be honest, nobody really cares. Unless you're a fan of a team that might get the first pick. Nobody really cares about the NBA draft lottery. You know what? If you are a fan of one of those teams, Houston, Detroit, Orlando, they have a 14% chance of getting the first pick. It does not work like the NFL or the MLB, where the worst teams, in descending order, get the best picks. They have a draft lottery. It's kind of a ping pong ball. It's a little rigged. If you've watched any part of it, you know what? LeBron going to Cleveland was rigged. Them getting the first overall pick after LeBron left seems a little rigged. Anthony Davis going to New Orleans when the NBA owned New Orleans because they didn't have a current owner. Rigged. You know what? NBA needs Houston to not look like dog doo-doo again. I kind of expect them to get the first pick. Nothing against Detroit or Orlando. Their fan bases care about them. I don't. I just don't see them ending up at the first overall pick. Flip side to that, Golden State has a 0.5% chance of getting the first round pick. So, hey, they were almost in the playoffs, but they still have a chance at the first overall pick. The funny stuff that goes on in the NBA draft, for anybody that follows NBA trades, they usually will put protections on the trades. Golden State will get Minnesota's first if Minnesota's first is not in the top 3. The Chicago first goes to Orlando if it is not in the top 4. At present, I believe Chicago has a 4.5% chance of getting that. You know what? Some of the stuff's too funny to follow. I think the funniest was, I'm blanking on it now, OKC. OKC, with all its assets, will have the ability to flip. Oh, man. Feel a little unprepared, guys. They'll have the ability to flip Miami's pick, whoever's better, as long as it's not in the top 4. They'll be able to flip Miami and Minnesota's first round picks. Honestly, they're probably keeping that pick as long as Miami keeps making the playoffs. That's all I got for NBA today, guys. We're about 12 minutes in, and we are going to get to what's bugging me. It's NFL news, but we're going to get to what's bugging me. Yesterday, somewhere in the afternoon, Father's Day of all times, Frank Clark gets arrested for the second time in 3 months for having an Uzi in California. Now, it's just, it bugs me. I mean, you guys have probably seen the other shows where I tell you guys, there are certain things that I'm not for. Frank Clark had a 2014 domestic violence arrest in Ohio relating to his girlfriend. Things like this bug me. So anytime somebody goes and fouls up again, but especially the same thing within the span of 3 months, it's hard to feel bad for guys. It's hard to say, oh man, it was just a mistake. Well, I mean, yeah, they're a little spaced out, but 2014, 2021, okay, 7 years, that's fine. Has one gun arrest in California. California's got strict gun laws. Kind of understand it. But if you get arrested in March for illegally having guns, then you get arrested in June for having a gun you should. It bugs me. It bothers me. This is sadly, for some of you, it's probably going to be a recurrent theme of the show, but I'm gonna keep calling it out. It bugs me. It bothers me that you have people that will continue to thumb the nose. And Frank Clark's making, I believe, $20+ million this year. I think he paid $35,000 for his bail. I mean, yeah, he's $35,000 lighter. Nobody wants to miss that, but at the same time, it bothers me because it's a classicism thing. To me, you aren't seeing guys that are bottom of the league doing this kind of crap because they can't afford to. But you see a guy, 2 times in 3 months, same type of offense in regards to guns. It just says, I have money. I know I can get away with it. And I'm not saying we need to send a message to the guy. It's not like I want anything, blatantly bad to happen, but something should happen. This guy should miss money. This guy should miss games. He's kind of saying, I don't care about rules because I have money. Again, more power to you. It's kind of the lay of the land. If you have a lot of money, you will get away with things. Does not matter you're, Does not matter your gender, your race, does not matter what you believe, doesn't matter any of that. Nothing. If you have money, you will get away with crimes. And that's all this is saying. He got arrested at, I believe, 11 o'clock at night. He got out at 2 a.m. I mean, hey, good for you. But at a certain point, are we just going to say, hey, it's okay? I'm not okay with it. It bothers me. Now, what I don't want this to do is to overshadow the other important NFL news that happened yesterday, and that was Carl Nassib of the Las Vegas Raiders coming out being the first openly gay active NFL player. I think it's dope. I think it's pretty great that we're in a world where he can come out like that. I know it's 2021, and some people will be like, oh, it's been okay for a long time. It has been to a point. I have buddies who, sometimes they're in other countries, but sometimes in this country still get messed with for being gay. You still have kids that are afraid to tell their parents that, I think I like the same sex. Football players, it's not a common place where you're going to find a dude that is openly gay. You just don't, you might know, but you're not going to have somebody, stand up in the middle of your team room and say, hey guys, I'm gay. Honestly, maybe not the teenage level, college level, pro level, nobody gives a shit. You're a decent person. And for all intents and purposes, Carl Nassib seems like a good dude. Nobody cares. It's a really cool thing. But the thing you should care about is that in what is predominantly a masculine, testosterone infused sport, that you have somebody who's like, I've been in the league for 5 years now. I feel comfortable saying this. And the reason for this being important is the same reason any other first is important. The same reason it was important for Jackie Robinson to be the first black player. It's the same reason that it's important to, try and include people into certain things. You don't want to alienate somebody just because, he's really good at the sport, but he's gay. We shouldn't be in that spot. Truthfully, it kind of blows my mind that, it took till 2021. We keep getting guys later coming out. 2019, we had a Cowboys player come out as bisexual. He was a free agent at the time. So I guess that's why it doesn't count. But in 2019, he came out as bisexual. It shouldn't be this huge thing, but it has to be. It was all over plenty of news outlets, and it should be. It should get the recognition it deserves. To a point, I was really happy to not see the Frank Clark story because it was being overshadowed by the news from Carl Nassib. Carl Nassib deserved that day. He deserves the attention. One of the great things he did was he pledged $100,000 to the Trevor Project. And for those of you that don't know, the Trevor Project, it deals with crisis intervention and suicide prevention for those in the LGBTQ plus community. I've told you guys I'm not completely in the loop with all of that stuff. I try to educate myself regularly on things that are changing in the world. But anytime you donate to a cause that their sole purpose is keeping people alive and telling them that who they are as a person is okay. I mean, if you don't believe in it, don't throw your money at it. But if you do, maybe you should. I believe what Carl Nassib does sends a message to people that, hey, if you're not feeling comfortable playing the sport you're playing, maybe you should. What I'm hoping for is, eventually we did have somebody come out before. We had Michael Sam in 2014 came out. He's a 2013 Defensive Player of the Year in the SEC. And for everybody in the southeast of America, they believe that's the best conference in college football. 2013 Defensive Player of the Year. He goes in the 7th round. Some of that's probably due to measurables. He was the 249th pick of 256. His odds were long anyway. They were long. 22 of the 41 guys selected in the 7th round made their teams. But you know what? He was 7 picks from being the last guy selected. you know what? He kind of paved a path. He was the first guy to come out. And that's why I want to say that these are the important things. Eventually, you're going to have your first active gay black player, Asian, Jewish, whatever. Those things should be normal, should be normalized. I do think it's silly that in 2021 it took this long. So no, I think it's dope. I don't see anything that should really be said more than that. I think it's awesome. I think we're in a good place as a country at times when people can come out and say things like this and feel comfortable. Which leads me to just my personal interest subject for today. What are we doing? What are we doing with each other? At times, I sit there and think, like we're in a good place. We're in a good place. Juneteenth just happened. Some people feel how they feel about it. Some people feel like it's that, throw them a crumb so they'll shut up. Some people are happy about it, but this is one of those things where you can see that outrage. People are still mad. People are still mad, and they have a reason to be mad. But what I'll say is that to a point, like why are we mad that they're mad? I've reached a place in my life where when I look at people, honestly, all I care about is you're not a piece of shit. I don't care what you believe. I don't care what your skin color is. I don't care your sexual orientation. I don't give a shit about any of that. And I don't give a shit that it's not that I don't give a shit. I guess there's better phrasing for that. It does not bother me when you're upset about things that you believe in. It's not bother me when, 90% of your posts are, like I believe this. Now, there's some consideration to be said for that. If your belief harms somebody else, a little different. And let's be honest about what is actually harming. I'll just say for what it is. White people, you kind of have it easy. You think that so to a certain point, like profiling is a big deal because like now it's not benefiting you to be white. Who cares? I mean, a black person has the right to be upset about things that happened in the past. They just do. It goes for any race. If you're being honest with yourself, somebody being upset about injustices, it shouldn't bother you. It shouldn't. You know what? Like I don't know where I lie completely politically, philosophically. I'm always trying to learn. But what I'll say is that if what somebody's doing, does not hurt you, shouldn't be a big deal. Gun ownership. I tell people I love owning guns, but I believe in responsible gun ownership. I believe that to a point, we do need to have some restrictions. I understand that we have amendments to our Constitution that say, hey, you know what? We have the right to bear arms. Yeah, you do. Going back to Frank Clark, though, what reason do we have for an Uzi? Because I want it, to me, just doesn't seem like a responsible reason. An Uzi, that's a weapon for death. All guns are, but it's hard to say responsible gun ownership and Uzi in the same breath. On the flip side to that, if you don't believe in owning a gun, don't own a gun. There's not really a whole lot more to it. But don't sit there and scream at somebody who owns, hey, I own 15 guns. Okay, I think it's silly. I don't know the reason that, to own that many guns other than just I want to. I think it's cool, if I've got a buddy that owns a bunch and, I get to try them out. But again, I'm one of those people who's like, hey, they want to have us register our guns. Okay. If it becomes a law in Texas, I'll get in line. Until then, don't care. I don't. Again, these are certain things that we should kind of just be okay talking. And oh, you disagree. That's fine. It's perfectly fine. We should be okay disagreeing with each other. I don't know where we get to that place, because honestly, if you try to have certain conversations with people, I don't like an echo chamber. Now, I do like bouncing stuff off of people, and some people you would be like, Kyle, you're crazy, or Kyle, you know what? You're wrong. Kyle, you're wrong. Every once in a while to be like, no, I see where you're coming from. That's not even an admission they agree with me. So, I see where you're coming from. Sometimes that's all it takes. You sit there and say, oh, yeah, okay, I see where you're coming from. Doesn't mean you agree with them. But shouldn't we be at a place where we can say, hey, I believe this? Oh, yeah, well, I can see why you believe that. I don't really believe that, and this is why. Oh, okay, yeah, I see where you're coming from. In the conversation. Go back to talking about sports. Go back to talking about your leisure activities. Go back to talking about guns, or, how mom's doing. I don't know. Go make yourself uncomfortable. Make yourself, say, hey, I want to have this conversation. Now, if that person doesn't want to engage you at all, drop the conversation. It's not a hard thing to do. But honestly, I'm trying to figure out what we're doing where we are not in a place where we can talk with each other and just say, hey, this is what I believe, and leave it at that. I don't know. We're at the place in the show where it's a short show today, guys. Unfortunately, I got some stuff to do today. You know what? Trying to line up a guest for Friday still. We're the place in the show where we're going to promote, and I'm going to let you guys go about your day. So, as always, I want you guys to go check out Taj TV on Facebook and YouTube. Look, he goes on Sundays typically. He's got a lot to say. It's a different perspective from what some people I know are used to. I appreciate what he has to say. I hope you guys go check him out. I want you guys to go check out Marcus at Truth Valley Church. Again, it's for my religious folks. If it's not for you, it's not for you. But Mark's over at Truth Valley. He's doing great things. Again, he's doing it online for those that, aren't trying to leave their home for church. He's doing it, in person for those that are trying to go. He's in the state of Arizona. So if you're not there, what? Sorry. Again, catch him online. Usually he's on Facebook. And lastly, guys, if you check out Jason, we had a show last week where Jason was my guest. He talked a little bit about how he got started. Go check him out. Jason over at the Arizona Flag Company. And lastly, if you guys haven't been paying attention to the little scrolling bar down at the bottom, you know what? If you guys have questions, if you guys want to be a part of the show, if you want to correct me on some things that I said, I'm all for it. I'm here to learn. I want to help other people learn, but you can hit me over at KyleTheWait@gmail. And then we have, I also have a YouTube channel. Again, if you have friends that aren't big on Facebook, but you want to share the show with them, I do have a YouTube channel, Waiting Room Podcast. I usually post them a day later, so they're not live. But you know what? Like, subscribe to the page, go leave comments, get the word out there. And again, guys, still figuring out social media and what to post there for the podcast. WR Podcast Official on Instagram. Guys, I hope to see you Friday. Again, thanks for watching. Spread it out to your friends. Like, subscribe, share the page. All right. Until Friday, I will see you guys later.